Good morning, everyone. So this is KOW, and this is Islands of Insight. Take a guess which one is my name and which one is the game. So in the previous episode, I did this Enclave, which is, not Enclave, this trial. Oh my gosh, I failed you all. So this Nearsighted trial to awaken the myopia arrows, whatever they're called. So I did that. And I did all the puzzles that were here, and you'll notice that the puzzles are back. And I noticed when I booted up the game that the puzzles are back. And so what I think this is this one of those areas with randomized puzzles, but it is not like the hub puzzles. So there are, the game differentiates hub puzzles and static puzzles. So, for instance, every puzzle in an enclave is going to be a static puzzle. It is always there when the game is launched, no matter which time you're playing. It is not randomized. Every puzzle is exactly the same. They don't swap out, etc., etc. Hub puzzles are the ones in the 5 hub worlds that are randomized, and they load in from day to day. So if I do all the puzzles in this Serene Deluge in the hub, and then I quit the game and come back in several days, all the puzzles that were here will have unloaded and a new set will have loaded in. I mean, I think if I did every puzzle here, I'd have to wait quite a while before they all unloaded. But anyway, that's how that works. But there are some puzzles that are considered static puzzles, but they still load in either day to day, or I think every time you load the game up. So I think this is one of them. This must be one of them now that I load the game. This is the first time I've played it since, obviously, the episode I just recorded. Given the nature of this game, I actually cannot play it between recordings because you can't, every time I do something, it irrevocably changes the game. So this is one of those areas, which means every time I boot up the game, I can come back here and play some new puzzles. Was that explanation too long? I don't know. I'm going to just start by doing the puzzles that are here. So we're going to have more myopia arrow puzzles. We're going to separate those and those. So that means this is what that's going to look like. The letters must be sorted, so that's going to have to escape. B is going to have to come through here. If this in any way connects to A, we're done. That's got to come out. This points to... So these can't be black, of course. This could be. Those have to be. Now, with B connected to there, we definitely need to make these white. This is 2 spaces away, so this also has to be a dark cell. Interesting. So hopefully you remember how the myopia arrows work. Basically, this arrow to the right means that to the right of this cell, there's going to be a dark cell, and it will be the closest dark cell orthogonally to this white cell. So that means if I put a black one here, we can't do that. You can't get any closer than 1 space away. And if I do this, it's wrong because then there's no black cell. So there absolutely has to be one here, and there can't be any black ones there because this has to be the closest one. I always feel like a crazy person trying to explain these. It's not a very difficult concept to think about, but to explain for some reason, I just feel like I don't know how to do that. This is fine. These have to be like so. This has to be like that. And this is that. Connect all dark cells means I gotta do this. This has to be like that. We connect all dark cells. That's gonna connect there. And that. Yeah, that was easy. These have to be light, because otherwise, if this is a dark cell, we don't have the closest thing. So yeah, one of the things you can know is if you do see a myopia arrow, then you know that every adjacent cell that doesn't have an arrow pointing to it must be white cell. Like these all have to be white cells. Or at least opposite color. We don't want to make checkerboard patterns in this. No 2 dark areas have the same shape and size, but all dark regions have area 4, so we're looking at tetrominoes again. These have to be at least 2 spaces away, which means that we can't have any dark cells in this row. Or, yeah. Yeah, we can do this. This could be a dark cell. Well, if this is a light cell here, this also is to be a light cell because the dark cells have to be evenly spaced. That is how that's going to be. Which means we do have to do this. This myopia arrow is complete. Let's see. That means one of these two's got to be a dark cell. Not sure which one yet. Okay, what's the next step logically? This isn't supposed to be a super hard puzzle. No checkerboards. Meaning that if I had this one as a dark cell, this would also have to be a dark cell, is what that means. But if I have a dark cell here, both of these would have to be dark cells. This is in fact a light cell, which means those are the dark cells. Nice. This could be a dark cell, but we can't continue down here, so we know for sure that this is a dark cell. Because there's no way to create an Area 4 region without this one touching here. This can't be a dark cell because then there's no way to connect these. So this is our L shape tetramino. Let's see what we do with the others. This can't be an L shape. So this is our I-shaped tetramino. It means that is like so. There has to be a dark cell in at least one of these spaces, which means that there is a dark cell here. Because if there wasn't, we would have a problem. But we can't do this because then we'll make another I shape. So our T shape goes here. And in fact, I think we could just end the puzzle after that. That's a neat. I like that puzzle. How about over here? We need to... Opposite side of the arrows has to be filled in light no matter what. We don't want to make squares, so we're going to do this. We also don't want dominoes, so we have to do that. Connect all light cells means if we have any that are trapped. No squares. I see. This is what's going to happen here. Let's see. What else am I missing? No dominoes, no squares. Any other squares I've got? That's a potential square. This has to be 2 spaces away, and this has to be 1 space away. This would make a square. So that means the light cells have to go around the edge, interestingly. That's a square, potentially. So is that. That means this has to come out this way? No, it could come out this way. This could be dark cell, or it could be a light cell. No, if this is a light cell, think what's going to happen. We'd have a dark cell here, which means this is a light cell, and that's a dark cell. These light cells will be trapped, so that is in fact the dark cell. So that has to be a light cell, so we escape, and we come around this way. This is going to escape this direction, and that is going to escape. So these have to be next to each other. There we go. That's a nice puzzle, too. Okay, these have to be light cells. These have to be light cells. So just that. And because of this, we have to have light cells going this far. Ooh, this one's quite a ways. So that's what that's going to be. That has to be light. These have to be light cells. Okay, so we've covered all those. All dark cells must be connected. Well, this has to be a dark cell, because otherwise it's not pointing at any dark cells, which is going to do this. This has to be dark, because otherwise it's not pointing to anything in that direction. Looks like we can just kind of continue from here. This has to be dark, because otherwise this is the closest one. And this has to be dark. There we go. That's pretty cool. That was much easier than this one. They have the same difficulty level. Alright, whatever. So these have to be light cells, because that way this could be the closest. This for sure has to be light. This has to be light. We don't have any other rules aside from the arrows. Because this is a light cell, this one has to be light as well. And because this is light, so it's that. And these continue. Oh, okay, I see. This is just going to cascade. This has to be at least 2 spaces. That has to be spaces. That has to be spaces. Alright. That's solved. Let's see. These have to be like that. Let's see. Somewhere in here. Ah, this is a light cell. This has to be a light cell as well. That's going to force these to be dark cells. That has to be a light cell now, which means this has 3 white spaces, and before the dark space, there has to be at least 4 white spaces in every direction here, because this would be equal. Which means this is also connected like so. This could be dark, or it could be light, not sure yet. These have to be 2 spaces away. Ah, this cannot be a light cell because then these would be equally spaced, so that has to be a dark cell. What about this one? Ah, I see. This has to be 2 spaces. That has to be a light cell. That's a dark cell then, which means this has to be... Oh, no, no, that's farther away. That's farther away. I thought it was equally spaced. It's got to be like that. Let's see with these guys. This has to be a dark cell as well, because otherwise these would be equally spaced. This is a shorter distance than that, so this has to be a dark cell. These are equal. But we'd have trouble here, so we have to have 2 dark cells here and a dark cell there. That's an interesting one. Alright, finally. Oh dear lord. So we don't want to make 4 in a row light, and we don't want to make a square of dark cells. So let's figure out what's going to happen. So over here, whatever color we have here, we're going to have the opposite color on all 3 sides. Right? No, no, it's possible to not do that. Well, if we did it this way, we'd have this. Otherwise, we'd have a problem. But if we did opposite color, then either of these is fine. Okay, maybe this isn't our break-in point. This really feels like the spot I should be using. Well, if I did this all in the same color, for instance... Well, if I did it in all dark, then basically this would be forced. So that can't be dark. This could be light, but we'd have to do this, because you don't want to make 4... Ah! So no matter what, these are in fact going to be opposite colors. They have to be. Because I tried the other 2 methods. This, we don't want 4 in a row white cells, so whatever we do is going to break those, whereas dark cells was going to force us to avoid squares. So it's going to be this or the inverse. So I don't know which one it's going to be, is the trouble. We'd have to do this if it was white on the inside. And then we would have to block the square. Which would mean... No, either of those is possible. Either of those is possible. This is not possible. It would require us to do this. This has to be a light, because otherwise we would not have an opposite. I'm just trying stuff out right now. These have to be like this. Ah, here we go. This is required. So now we know that we have it set up this way. I'm sure there was a better way to get to that answer. I'm just not sure what it was. So we have this going on. I don't have to make this a dark cell. This can't be a dark cell, so it's a light cell. Ah, it does have to be dark cell, otherwise we have 4 in a row. 4 in a row there, so we do have to do this. This can't... Yeah, it has to be a dark cell. We have to do it this way. We want to avoid squares. Oh boy. This will have to be dark, otherwise it's not pointing anywhere. Okay, that has to be a dark cell as well, but we don't want squares. This can't be a dark cell because otherwise it's pointing the wrong direction. So we do it like so. This has to be like that. So far, so good. This can't be a dark cell because, again, it needs to be pointing to the closest opposite color. And it has to be right next to it because this is 2 spaces away. Yeah, this has to be a dark cell. This has to be a dark cell, right? No, it has to be a light cell. Other way around, sorry, because this next to it. There we go here. No 4 in a row of white is going to do this, which means this has to be light cell, yeah. No squares. No 4 in a row of light cells. No 4 in a row of light cells. No squares. So that has to be a dark cell, excuse me. I keep misclicking. This has to be a light cell. There we go. That was really confusing to me. Why was that so confusing? Okay, now we've completed these puzzles. Next time I boot the game up, I can come back here and do them again. There'll be a new set. Eventually, we'll have done everything in the set, and it will exhaust the supply. But until then, I think I want to get this out of the way this way? No. I want to get it out of the way this way to bring these around like that. Ah, that wasn't too bad. So, originally I had a plan for this level, and it wasn't what I'm doing now. I'm sure this... Oh, I'm stuck. Okay, I'm sure that's a bad time. Let's try that again. There we go. Is it worth going for that master time? I'm so close to it. Oh, try again. I want to try to, like... Oh, that's going to slow me down. Again. Yeah, the movement in this game is not good for this type of puzzle. But I will try it anyway. Can I grab it there? Okay, that was terrible. Once more, into the breach. Same exact time. Ah. It's always a trap to... There we go. There was a wandering orb over here. Was there? Is there a wandering orb over here? I saw it. Did I get a level up also? And I got this. Mirabilis, which I don't need anymore. No more Mirabilis for me. If there was an endgame thing that required a ton of Mirabilis, I could see it, but there isn't. Hey, I have a lot of sparks, don't I? Should I take care of that? Get all the rest of these upgrades? This one's good. Return beacon, I'll probably never use it, but that takes care of all of the major upgrades. All the rest of these are just, it gives you more points for puzzles. So, armillary rings. Let's see what else we got. Increases foresight. I'm trying really hard not to use foresight ever. Let's see, we got some chromatic sky drops. We got crystal labyrinth bonuses. We got sightseer bonuses, and that'll wipe me out on that. So I still have a few upgrades left. What was my plan when I started this episode? I'm 20 minutes in. My plan was, you know what? Let's just do this one. Let's do the inner to the outer. It's right here. Ah, there's the wandering orb I was looking for. Hey, stop it. Okay. There's another one over here, and there's a hidden pentat. I see it. I'll be getting it. Stop yelling at your screen. That's the leitmotif I've already done. Oh, come on. Nope, nope. There we go. Alright. Uh-huh. Oh, glide rings, too. Wow. Must be my birthday. Uh-huh. That's a monolith piece I don't want to worry about right now. Okay. Okay, I was like, I haven't found a single piece yet. This is so weird. Nearsighted. Get that out of my face. Where are the relics I need to find? There's one. This one's really well hidden. Oh, maybe there's something up high up there. Not this high. So this isn't a flight guy. Or it is a flight guy. No, it isn't. Is this not a movement guy? Ah, I think it's one you don't look at. No, it's a sneaky guy. Sorry, I'm being distracted in the middle of being distracted. This is just great. No. Okay, hold on. Okay, so sneaking is not the sneaky one. He's not the movement one, because otherwise if I stand still, he'll reappear. He's not the one you're not supposed to look at. Right? Nope, he's not disappearing. There we go. Okay, anyway, back to this puzzle. Sometimes I just gotta get rid of the shy auras because they're loud. They're just making annoying noises. Ah! Missed that one. Maybe around the other... Oh, hold on. Did I see it? No, I was just hallucinating, apparently. I thought I saw it in this tree. But I did not. Oh, and the bubble's closing, too, so it can't be in the tree. Let me use the bubble as a hint. So... How about this side? It's also closing. What about over on this side? That's closing even faster. So it suggests it's over here somewhere. No. Oh, there's a glide ring there, too. I've got some glide rings to do. Alright, while that's I'm just going to do this glide ring while this puzzle's going on. Where is it? Have lost it already? It's over here somewhere, right? Well, there's this one I can do. It's definitely going to take me out of... Ah. And there's one here. And the last one here? I think it's the last one. And then we restart, so I can go right back up to here. Inner to the outer. Get rid of that thing. So this bubble has gotten much, much smaller, which is going to tell me it's somewhere around here. Ah, there it is. Found. Now, where's the other glide? There's another one somewhere in this area, I think. I saw. Wasn't like on a higher level. There's a light motif though I can do. It looks like you would start up here for the light motif. Ah, there we go. Nice, nice puzzle. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe I was just looking at the same one twice and I thought it was two different puzzles. Maybe it's just that one. Okay, so how about this? The inner to the outer. So it looks like we have a big matchbox puzzle. Like a lot of matchbox puzzles here. Solve 10 matchboxes. Okay, here we go. Well, that symbol, isn't that just the one I saw over here? Yeah, that's just that symbol. There. This is a gimme. How about this symbol? No. Is it on this side? I don't see it anywhere. I'm looking for a green sort of thing. Well, there's also that symbol. Let's see. That's that one. There's a sky drop. Let's take care of you. There's the curly cues here. That's that. I think I saw the green one of that too. I'm not sure where. Let's back away from it a bit. That's a little too far. Let's get a little closer again. Ah, I think it's... No, that's this one. This is there. So I've gotten a lot of this side. How about this? Hold on. That one's going to be over here. Let's see. Oh, we got one in this crook here, which hopefully is visible on this side. There it is. Oh, dang it. There to there. So on this corner, I just have 3 corners. Maybe there's something a little further away this direction. Aha, there's something up here, which is that one. There's something, there's this little symbol. What side are you on? Oh. It's this piece somehow. That angle actually isn't too bad. There we go. That's 10 matchboxes. How about the rest, shall we say? Solve all 16. So that's really all this is. It's just a cool matchbox area. I do love matchboxes. I wish there actually was an enclave that's just did really gnarly matchboxes. The Dyads enclave is pretty close. And this trial is good. But rather than just having one little box here, like, really requires some crazy lengths going to find these matchboxes. This one's pretty good, though. I do like it. Alright, there we got the little ladybug symbol. I know it's that one. Because the trouble with having them all in this one box over here is it does sort of force all the rest of them to be really close. So, 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, hold on, they're on the same box! I didn't even think of that. Look at that. And the eyeball thing is here to there. This is right there. I shouldn't even think that would be a way we use it. So then we have here to here. So the last one I haven't done is this one, which I guess that's that? Oh, it is. It's rotated. I thought here's a square and here's a diamond. Those aren't the same symbol. Those are absolutely the same symbol. Alright, that takes care of that enclave. Is there anything else up here while I'm just clearing these out? There is a shy aura up here I can take care of. Goodbye. Wonder what kind it is. I'm not doing this 5-star puzzle right now. Okay, so let's try sneaking backwards. So I'm not looking at him. He's a motion guy. Yep. So let's just wait. There we go. Are there more on the other sides here? Probably on another day when I load it in, those guys will show up again. And you, are you flight? No. Are you flight? No. How about motion? You might be motion. You're a motion guy. No? There we go. What do you... I think this one's a no looky. I think that's what's going to be here. Yeah. Because there's no other way to get to this guy except either by not looking or by flying. I heard another one somewhere around here. Let me take a look. So I got those two. Thought I heard another one. Maybe it's down here somewhere. No. But there is this phasic dial. Oh dear. Well... This is the only one with green. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is this. And then before that is going to be this one. And then before that it's going to be this one. So these three are the final I do. So I need to get purple into place. And the blue. So I need to offset these. Right? That's not going to do enough. That'll do it. But I need to do 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the only way to do it. So these are no longer going to be set right. Hold on a second. 5 and 6. This actually, I just want to set this up correct, because this should eventually... Yeah, that should eventually do that. We just want red in place. Now we want yellow in place, and then we want blue in place. Okay, there's that. Alright, whatever intention I had when starting this episode is completely 100% gone. It has become instead just faffing about. But that's alright, we did some progress. We solved a bunch of puzzles around here and took care of that trial. I think I'm going to stop this episode here, though. It's been half an hour. I don't want to start something new right now. So, that's where this is going to be. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been your host with the most, Cube W, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.